Okay, once more, Lee Merritt, civil rights attorney, Leemerritt, on behalf of the family of Brandon Durham. In the estate thereof, I'm accompanied by attorney Cannon Lambert. If you want to come forward and just spell your name.
Sure. Cannon Lambert, CannononLambert, Senior.
We're here with a number of members of the family of Brandon Durham. A moment ago, we met with District Attorney Stephen Wolfson about the shooting of Brandon on last Tuesday. Brandon called the police for help from his home during a home invasion. When officers arrived, Officer Alexander Bookman entered the property and he heard Brandon shouting, "Help, help." Brandon was found in his hallway to his bedroom in his underwear, asking for help while an assailant attempted to stab him using a large knife. Officer Alexander Wolfman directed force at the resident, at the victim, at the person who had called for help, the person who was currently calling for help. And we believe, and this is the conversation that we had with the district attorney's office today, that an arrest warrant should be issued immediately for the arrest of Officer Alexander Bookman, of Officer Alexander Bookman. Today earlier, the assailant, the suspect who had entered the home illegally, was supposed to be arraigned and refused to come down for arraignment. We appreciate that the court issued an order demanding that the suspect be brought to court by any means necessary in a week's time. We will be here with the Durham family at the subsequent meeting next week to ensure that the criminal process goes forward, both against the assailant who entered the property, the reason that police were called. But when officers enter someone's home, they have a legal obligation, a constitutional obligation to respect the rights of the resident. That's when a citizen's rights is at its highest. And in this case, we had an absolute tragedy occur. And so we're here to answer questions. We're here to put out our statement to the public. We thank everyone who's called the district attorney's office. You have gotten his attention. He is investigating the case. He is not prepared based on our conversation today, and we're happy to answer questions about it. But he was not prepared today to take the immediate and swift action that we would like to see take place in the form of the arrest of the officer. However, he did explain to the family the process that this office goes through before presenting a criminal indictment to a grand jury, an opportunity for a criminal indictment against the officer to a grand jury. We were able to speak with the prosecutors involved in both cases, both of the suspect and of the officer-involved shooting. And we are looking forward to a criminal accountability on both sides. At this time, we'll take any questions you might have.
So it sounds like DA Wilson hasn't completely shut out the idea of arresting the officer?
No. If his investigation, which he believes will take anywhere from 30 to 90 days, reveals evidence that would support a probable cause arrest of the officer, which we believe it does, then he says he will. He emphasized to this family that his office does not hesitate to prosecute criminal police officers, that they're currently in the process of prosecuting several police officers who misuse force here in the city of Las Vegas. And if this officer is found to have done the same, he will prosecute them with the same vigor and intensity. Any other questions?
Based on your experience, you both have dealt with officers that have, interactions with fatal interactions with the public. What did you see when watching the video that this particular officer did incorrectly?
Yeah. Unfortunately, officers are called to use deadly force all across the country in situations with rapidly unfolding facts. As you pointed out, we have seen officers use deadly force against suspects in a way that was unjustified, like in this case, in Brandon Durham's case, particularly in someone's home. An officer is tasked with taking all the information that they receive from the 911 and from the intake calls and taking that information in order to make the right decisions when entering someone's property. In this case, when Officer Bookman entered the property of Brandon Durham, he knew that Brandon and his daughter were held up in their home, and there was at least one invader, suspect, potentially several suspects. They came in and they encountered Mr. Durham fighting with the suspect with a knife. The knife was yielding the suspect down at Mr. Durham. And that officer had a chance now to make a decision. He offered a verbal command, But without giving anybody an opportunity to comply, he immediately directed force at the person that, in our view, was clearly the resident, was clearly the person who needed help, who was in his bedroom in his undergarments, crying for help at the time of the shooting. We noticed that in the video, the officer was not in harm's way. He was far enough to not be himself endangered by the suspect with a knife. We know from the video that Mr. Durham was not directing deadly force at anyone. And so there was no justification to use deadly force against Mr. Durham because he was in his underwears protecting himself at best. And so the officer was not being threatened. Mr. Durham was not threatening anyone. There's no justification for the use of force against Mr. Durham. Any other questions?
Can you please just repeat the outcome that you and the family would like from this case?
We believe that an arrest warrant for Officer We believe an arrest warrant for Officer Bookman should be issued immediately. We believe that a grand jury should return an indictment for homicide against this officer according to the legal standards. That could be murder 1, murder 2, but certainly a criminal indictment against the officer for the misuse of force should issue. We also believe that criminal charges should go against the suspect as well, who entered the property and instigated the incident.
Criminal charges have been made against the suspect at this point.
That's right.
One in particular was domestic violence, hinting at that maybe Mr. Durham and the suspect knew each other. Could you speak on that?
Well, the criminal case is unfolding and the facts will come in as they come in. We know that this police department received at least one previous call about a suspect who refused to leave the home of Mr. Durham weeks prior, and that person was asked to leave, and then the police were called, that the person eventually left. We do believe this is the same person.
Can you speak to I know one of the frustrations with family and friends was the way Metro initially described this incident and painting Mr. Durham in a sort of light as a suspect. Can you just speak to that in terms of how Metro came out of initially, talking Mr. Durham had a weapon, to now he was actually the victim in this case? He was
clearly the victim, and we believe the statements released by the Metro PD were not only irresponsible, but intentionally designed to absolve Officer Alexander Bookman for his misuse of force. We believe Alexander Bookman should have been terminated by the Metro PD and not protected as he has been so far.
How does race relate to this case?
Well, we know that officers are more inclined, 2.5 times more likely to use deadly force against a person of color. We know that when this Officer Bookman, entered this home, he knew that a man of color was calling him because that information was relayed to him, that person was likely going to be the victim in the case. But instead, when facing a fair-skinned assailant and a dark-skinned person begging for help, the officer directed force at him. That implies an implicit bias on behalf of the officer, but we're going to need to have that officer brought into custody, get a statement from that officer to know exactly what was going on through his head, but that's why it's so important that an arrest warrant be issued immediately.
I know police have released some body camera footage in this case. Is there any additional footage that you would like to see, or any more information that you want police to release immediately?
We want the entire file turned over to the office, over to our office to complete our federal civil rights investigation of the issue. That includes any video captured prior to entering the property, while on the property, and certainly after the shooting. Only snippets were released, and those snippets, again, seem designed intentionally to obscure the information about the caller, Brandon Durham being the victim, and designed to help absolve Officer Bookman.
Do you think Metro has been communicative with you or the family at all in this case?
No. Any other questions? Thank you all so much for your time.
Let them know, though, that we...
You can go.
So just briefly, just be clear, we are definitely interested in partnering with the DA's office. We are definitely interested in partnering with Metro for the purposes of seeing justice done. And to the extent that charges were able to be brought by the DA's office against the assailant who broke in, we do sort of struggle with, and we grapple with the fact that they can't seem to be in that place right now as it relates to the Officer Bookman. It's on video, and they have access to the dispatch information, and they know what the officers knew when they were going in. And so it seems to us that they, while they want to do an investigation and while we believe in thorough investigation, we do seem to believe, we believe very strongly that there's information sufficient for an arrest.
All right. Thank you again so much for your time. Yeah.